Lesson 7. Use of two verbs. We can have a sentence which uses two verbs rather than one. If the two verbs are regular verbs, then between the two verbs we use to. If one of the verbs is auxiliary verb, there is no to in the middle. I want to work with you. I want to work with you. I can work with you. I can work with you. More examples. I like to speak to you. I like to speak to you. Two regular verbs connected with to. I could write a letter. Auxiliary verb, no to. I liked to go to his house. Past tense, right? I wanted to speak with you. Past tense again. More examples. I could see him at that time. I needed to go home. I should wait for him. Notice again, could is auxiliary verb, no to. Need and go are regular verbs, to in the middle. Should is auxiliary verb, no to. More examples. I need to stay. I like to write to him. I must see my father. She could stay for lunch. More examples. They have to work. Our mother must arrive any minute. I must see their house. They should listen to their parents. Note, all of these sentences have an auxiliary verb and therefore no to in the middle. You can bring me back. Lesson 8. Negative interrogative. What we have learned so far has been positive sentences, like I like him. If you want to make this negative, you need to use the verb, auxiliary verb do. Because it is negative, it becomes do not. Abbreviation of do not becomes don't. I don't like him or I do not like him is the negative form. Now you can make the same sentence interrogative. Do you like him? Then you can make it interrogative and negative. Don't you like him? I like him. I don't like him. Do you like him? Don't you like him? More practice. You can speak with me. Negative. You cannot speak with me, or you can't speak with me. Interrogative. Can you speak with me? Interrogative and negative. Can't you speak with me? More example. Shouldn't you be here by now? Past tense, lesson 9. So here we say, I worked yesterday. Because it past, we used ed. You wrote last week. So wrote is write is an irregular verb. The second part of it becomes wrote. Same thing with speak. He spoke last night. So all of these are past tense. More example. She danced all day. We read the letter. If you say we read the letter, it is now. So we read the letter, it is past. They listened to me. So now we want to make these sentences negative or interrogative in the past. Like, I did not work yesterday. Because we use the verb did, we don't use ed at the end of work. I did not work yesterday. Or interrogative. Because we use did in the front, we use the regular form of the verb write. Did you write last week? More examples. He did not speak last night. Interrogative. Did he speak last night? Interrogative and negative. Didn't he speak last night? We can also say, did he not speak last night? It's the same thing. Didn't he speak last night? Or did he not speak last night? More examples. She did not dance all day. Did she dance all day? Didn't she dance all day? We did not read the letter. Did we read the letter? Didn't we read the letter? Or did we not read the letter? Means the same thing. Lesson 10. Interrogative words. These words automatically make the sentence in the question format. Like why, how, when, where, who, or which. We also use sometimes the word whom, but less often. So let's use them in a sentence. For example, we could say, he works, he doesn't work, does he work? Now if the word why comes in front, it becomes why does he work? Because it is interrogative, does is in front of the subject anyway, but then the word why becomes in the very front. Why does he work? Why did you not sleep? Or why didn't you sleep? How can she write? How could she find you? Note that these are auxiliary verbs themselves, so they come in front of the subject. More examples. When did you see him? When did she arrive? Where do they live? Where did they go? More examples. Who do they know? Note here that they is the subject. Know is the verb. Do is used because it's the auxiliary verb in order to make it interrogative. Like, do they know? So, what is who? Who is the object? Who do they know? But notice here, that here it says who didn't arrive in time. In this case, who becomes the subject. Who knows you? Again, who is the subject, knows is the verb, you is the object. Who knows you? Who speaks with you? Again, who is the subject? Why doesn't he write to you? Present. Why didn't he come with you? Past. So this is past, negative, interrogative, with the question word in front. Where don't you want to go? Where did he live before? Which color do you prefer? Which country does he come from? Lesson 11. Future tense. We have looked at present and the past. Now this is present and future. So this is future, like tomorrow, the next day, the next week. What we use for future, to make it future, is will or shall, but we use will most of the time. I will work tomorrow. She will speak with me next week. So will is an auxiliary verb itself. So we can, if you have a question, interrogative, will comes to the front. Will you see her tomorrow? Interrogative negative. Won't will not becomes won't. Won't they come here? Why won't they talk to you? They will write to me. This is next week or next day or next month. We will not talk to them. Won't he eat his lunch? How often will you see him?